Hey guys, today I'm going to take you somewhere unexpected. Imagine the ancient ruins of Greece, where the wind whispers through columns and the stars shift above forgotten temples. Strange lights flicker over Mount Olympus, where the gods of old supposedly once roamed. Beneath these ancient stones, glowing glyphs pulse faintly, hidden beneath layers of time. It's almost as if the past still holds secrets not meant to be uncovered, but ready to be discovered. Careful thought be the end. You might never see history the same way again. So, before we descend into this strange story, take a moment to like the video and subscribe a bit. Only if ancient secrets and cosmic questions are your thing. Drop your current location and time in the comments. You want to know where on Earth or beyond you're watching from. Now, take a breath, clear your mind, and let's unlock the myths that may never have been myths at all. Poseidon's trident. It's one of the most iconic symbols in mythology, isn't it? The three-pronged weapon that could summon storms, shake the very foundations of the earth, and strike down the mighty with a mere gesture. For millennia, the trident has been held as a divine instrument, a symbol of Poseidon's control over the seas. But what if it wasn't just a myth? What if that trident, the very symbol of divine power, was actually something more? What if Poseidon's trident was, in fact, an advanced piece of extraterrestrial technology? Think about it for a second. Historians have long debated the origins of Poseidon's power. Some claim it was divine, others argue it was a symbol of nature's raw force. But if we look at the tech from an entirely different angle, say, from the perspective of an advanced alien civilization, it begins to make sense. Imagine ancient astronauts visiting Earth, bringing with them advanced technologies so far beyond our comprehension that we could only interpret them as gifts from the gods. In fact, there are rumors among fringe theorists and ancient astronaut enthusiasts that Poseidon's trident was not forged from the materials of this world, but from a rare alloy or substance that was brought here from another realm entirely. A cosmic alloy, possibly even from a distant star system. And why wouldn't this piece of alien technology be perceived as something divine? After all, what would humans in antiquity know of spacecraft or advanced gadgets? And if that's true, if Poseidon's power, and by extension the trident, was alien tech, then it changes everything we know about our ancient past. Did these extraterrestrial beings leave behind more than just a weapon? Were they trying to communicate with us, using the trident as a kind of cosmic calling card? That's where it gets interesting. The trident wasn't just any weapon. It was said to have control over the elements, especially the seas. But what if the element that Poseidon commanded wasn't water at all? What if it was a form of energy? Something capable of controlling entire atmospheres or even bending reality itself? Historians still argue whether the trident was truly a weapon or more of a cosmic tool. There are recorded instances of lightning storms and strange phenomena surrounding the trident's supposed sighting phenomenon that modern science can't explain, and certainly the ancients had no words for. Maybe Poseidon didn't just wield power over the oceans. Maybe he, or rather the extraterrestrial entity embodying Poseidon, had the ability to manipulate gravitational fields, weather systems, and even time itself. At this point, it's clear we're not talking about a simple trident, or even just a god of the seas. What if Poseidon was something much bigger? Something alien, perhaps, who understood how to manipulate the forces of nature with technology far beyond what we can even begin to comprehend today. You begin to wonder, is the trident a symbol of divine control? Or is it an ancient artifact left by beings far more advanced than us? And if the answer is the latter, it's worth asking what exactly was their plan for Earth? You step deeper into the mystery, where time begins to bend. Imagine this, the ancient civilizations that flourished thousands of years ago, their monuments still standing tall despite the ravages of time. As you wander through these ancient cities, it's hard not to wonder how much we're truly missing in our understanding of them. Could it be that there's more to their stories than what we've been taught? Could the influence of extraterrestrial beings be woven into the very fabric of our history? Let's take a look at the evidence. Some of the earliest civilizations, such as the Egyptians, Sumerians, and Greeks, all have incredibly detailed myths surrounding gods, heroes, and mythical weapons. What if these stories weren't just figments of imagination, but echoes of a deeper, more cosmic truth? What if these gods were actually ancient visitors from beyond the stars, leaving behind not just their myths, but the very technology that powered their divine power? It's been suggested by theorists that many of the advanced technologies we associate with the gods were actually alien in origin. The Trident, a weapon with powers beyond human comprehension, may have been a gift or perhaps even a tool left behind by these ancient extraterrestrial visitors. And the strange stories of Poseidon wielding the Trident could be the remnants of an encounter with beings far beyond Earth's capabilities. In some accounts, Poseidon wasn't just a god of the seas, but a figure who could control massive forces of nature storms, earthquakes, and even the creation of new landforms. The power attributed to him wasn't merely mythical. It was far too advanced to be dismissed as just the workings of nature. Could these powers have been the result of a sophisticated alien technology, with the Trident acting as the interface between Poseidon and the forces he controlled? Historians still argue about the specifics of Poseidon's existence. Was he simply a god of mythology, or was he a representation of something much larger? Many scholars have debated whether gods like Poseidon were based on real figures, or whether they were purely symbolic creations of early humans. Some theories suggest that these gods were in fact extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth long ago, using their advanced technology to inspire awe and wonder among the people they encountered. But the evidence doesn't stop there. Across cultures, there are recurring themes of gods coming from the sky, of heavenly visitors bringing knowledge and technology. Some even suggest that these extraterrestrial beings left behind artifacts of great power, artifacts that were misunderstood as divine symbols. The Trident, in this context, could have been one such artifact, a device so powerful that it was believed to be a symbol of a god's immense control over nature. And then there are the mysterious symbols. Throughout the ancient world, strange and complex symbols have been found carved into stone, etched into tablets, and even painted onto walls. Many of these symbols bear a striking resemblance to alien motifs, geometric patterns that seem to defy the logic of early human craftsmanship. These symbols have been found in locations as diverse as the Egyptian pyramids, the ruins of Machu Picchu, and even the ancient temples of Greece. Now, pause for a moment and consider this. What if these symbols, found in locations that are separated by vast distances and time, were all part of the same message, a message from extraterrestrial beings, encoded in ways that ancient civilizations could understand, but modern humans struggle to decode? What if the Trident was part of that message? It's not hard to imagine the Trident as a physical manifestation of this larger cosmic plan, a piece of advanced technology, designed not only to give its wielder incredible power, but also to serve as a key, unlocking knowledge or abilities that would be far beyond what humanity could comprehend at the time. This technology may not have been just a tool for war or control, but a way for the extraterrestrials to influence Earth's development and shape the course of human history. As you reflect on this, it's easy to see how these ancient gods, armed with alien tech, could have been perceived as omnipotent. The gods were not just powerful figures, they were, perhaps, our first contact with an alien race. Their appearance, their technology, their ability, these were all signs of something far more complex than mere mythology. The Trident, then, wasn't just Poseidon's weapon. It was a symbol of the connection between Earth and the stars. The air grows thicker now, filled with unspoken questions. As we piece together the origins of Poseidon's Trident, the puzzle expands. It's no longer just about gods, myths, or ancient civilizations. It's about the strange, hidden forces that shaped history and the peculiar, possibly cosmic, fingerprints left behind. Poseidon's Trident was no mere symbol of power, but a cosmic key. And if it truly was extraterrestrial tech, what does that mean for our understanding of the world and our place in it? Consider this moment in history. The ancient Greeks, their gods didn't just live in the clouds. They interacted with humans, offering gifts, imparting wisdom, and, in some cases, leaving behind advanced artifacts. Poseidon, one of the Olympian gods, wasn't just an aloof deity. He was directly involved in the lives of humans, often wielding the Trident to control storms and quench the thirst of the seas. But if the Trident was indeed extraterrestrial, could it have been used for something much larger than the stormy seas? Imagine this: Poseidon was not a god, but a being from another dimension, an interdimensional messenger, perhaps, sent to guide or test humanity. The Trident could have been a device that allowed him to manipulate the natural world in ways beyond human understanding. An artifact engineered by an advanced race of extraterrestrials who sought to influence Earth's development. It's not just a fringe theory anymore. More and more researchers are finding evidence that humanity's earliest stories of gods and divine intervention may have been inspired by extraterrestrial encounters. In fact, many ancient cultures have stories of sky beings who descended from the heavens, bringing knowledge and technologies. The Bible, the Sumerian texts, even the ancient Vedic scriptures, all contain similar accounts of divine beings descending to Earth, often with devices or knowledge that allowed them to shape the world. Historians still argue whether these stories are symbolic or factual accounts of extraterrestrial encounters. Mainstream scholars maintain that these stories are merely allegories or attempts to explain the unexplainable. But alternative researchers point to the strange consistencies in these tales, the recurring theme of advanced beings from the stars, and wonder if there's more to the story than we've been taught. And that's where the Trident fits in. The idea that Poseidon's weapon was simply a divine artifact handed down by the gods seems increasingly far-fetched when you consider the possibility that the weapon itself was a piece of alien technology. Just look at the descriptions of its power. Storms would rage at its wielding, entire ships were sunk, and massive earthquakes followed in its wake. How could an ancient civilization have comprehended a technology so advanced? Now, let's take a leap into another layer of this cosmic mystery: the symbols that surround Poseidon and his trident. Some researchers have pointed out that the shape of the trident itself closely resembles certain cosmic symbols found across the world, symbols that some believe represent extraterrestrial influence. There's a theory suggesting that the three prongs of the trident could symbolize 3 points of energy, perhaps relating to cosmic power or interdimensional gateways. In this interpretation, the trident isn't just a weapon. It could be a tool capable of manipulating spacetime, a device used by ancient extraterrestrial visitors to alter the fabric of reality itself. If we're right, the trident would have been more than a simple symbol of the sea. It could have been part of a larger network of alien technology tools scattered across the world to influence the growth of human civilization, guiding us toward some unknown cosmic purpose. Just think about it. The trident, a device capable of manipulating the Earth's very core, could have been used to test or even steer the development of life on Earth. As you begin to grasp the enormity of what we're talking about here, the pieces begin to fit together. The trident was not just a divine symbol or a tool of power, it was a message from beings far beyond our understanding, trying to communicate with humanity across time and space. And as history unfolds, these messages are scattered across the Earth, hidden in the myths, symbols, and technologies left behind by ancient visitors. Maybe Poseidon wasn't just a god of the seas after all. Maybe he was the messenger of something much greater. The trident wasn't merely a weapon. It was a key to unlocking an understanding of our world that has been buried beneath layers of time. The question now is, what happens when that key is finally turned? But before you get too lost in these questions, let's take a moment to step back. What if the trident wasn't just about power or control? What if it was something more, something that tied into the very nature of the universe itself? A connection to forces beyond our comprehension? Could the trident have been part of an ongoing cosmic plan? And if so, is that plan still unfolding today? Now, things start to get even more intriguing. You're standing at the precipice, looking out over an ancient world where myths blur with reality, where the line between gods and extraterrestrials begins to fade. As you dig deeper into the mystery of Poseidon's trident, another possibility emerges, one that brings a chill to your spine. Could the trident be a form of communication? An extraterrestrial message, encoded in the very design of the weapon, waiting for humanity to unlock it? Think about it. Throughout history, humans have been trying to communicate with the unknown. From the ancient Greeks to the modern-day SETI project, we've always looked to the stars, hoping for a sign. And if the trident was more than just a weapon, if it was a tool used by extraterrestrial beings to reach out, then perhaps it's not just Poseidon's power we're dealing with, but a message from the cosmos. There are strange accounts of cosmic events tied to the appearance of the Trident. Some say that during eclipses or meteor showers, the Trident's power would flare up, as if it were responding to an ancient signal. Others describe bizarre phenomena surrounding its U-storms that seemed unnatural, violent lightning strikes, and even mysterious disappearances. What if these occurrences weren't just random acts of nature, but signs from extraterrestrial visitors? What if the Trident was somehow in tune with a cosmic frequency? A device designed not only to control the seas, but to listen and respond to signals from far beyond Earth? Some fringe theorists argue that the Trident's design, its three prongs, its powerful aura could be part of a larger, universal language, a language meant to communicate with advanced extraterrestrial species, to initiate contact. The theory goes something like this. The Trident wasn't just a tool of destruction or control. It was a way for the beings who gave it to the ancient world to connect with humanity. The prongs, as they're often described, could symbolize the three fundamental forces of the universe: gravity, electromagnetism, and nuclear energy. These forces, in the right hands, could open the door to interdimensional travel or even unlock hidden knowledge about the universe's origins. As you walk through this thought process, you realize the implications are staggering. If the Trident was indeed an intergalactic communication device, it could mean that Poseidon's power was never truly his own. It was borrowed from a race of beings who understood the deepest secrets of the cosmos. What if Poseidon wasn't a god at all, but a messenger chosen to relay a message to humanity? And what if that message, encoded within the Trident, was a warning or an invitation waiting to be unlocked by future generations? And let's not forget the strange, almost supernatural occurrences that were often linked to the Trident. The weapon was said to possess the ability to cause great storms, earthquakes, and even to reshape the Earth's surface. These powers, if viewed through a modern lens, could be seen as the manipulation of natural force, something that could only be accomplished with technology far beyond the understanding of ancient humans. Could the Trident have been a tool for opening portals to other dimensions, allowing extraterrestrial beings to interact with Earth in ways we can't even imagine? Imagine for a moment that the Trident was designed not just as a weapon, but as a key to open the door to the stars. Could it have been used to communicate with other life forms, or perhaps to signal Earth's readiness for further interaction with the cosmos? Could Poseidon's role as a sea god have been a metaphor for humanity's potential to unlock the mysteries of the universe? The Trident, in this sense, would not only represent Poseidon's power over the seas, but his ability to act as a bridge between humanity and extraterrestrial forces. Historians still argue whether the stories of Poseidon's power were exaggerated, or whether there's a kernel of truth to them. Could the violent storms, the earthquakes, and the control over the seas have been manifestations of alien technology at work? And if that's true, what does it mean for us today? Could there be more alien artifacts out there, waiting to be discovered? And if so, what would that mean for our future? You begin to realize that Poseidon's Trident may not just be a relic of an ancient past. It could be part of an ongoing cosmic conversation, a conversation that has been unfolding for millennia, waiting for humanity to catch up. And as you consider this, a strange thought crosses your mind. What if the message contained within the Trident is something we're only now beginning to understand? What if the alien technology it represents is still waiting to be unlocked, just as Poseidon's power was unlocked through the Trident? As you ponder these questions, you begin to feel a shift. The myths, the ancient symbols, the strange occurrence, they're all pointing to something larger, something beyond Earth. And the more you look at the Trident, the more it begins to feel less like a weapon and more like a tool for communicating with the stars. Now, things take a truly fascinating turn. As you stand at the crossroads of ancient myth and alien technology, you can't help but wonder, was the Trident just a weapon of war? Or was it something far more significant? What if the Trident was not only a means to control nature, but also a device capable of interdimensional travel? Could it have been a key to unlock portals that would allow Poseidon and his extraterrestrial benefactors to traverse realms beyond Earth? And what if, just maybe, the Trident itself could bend the very fabric of space and time? The idea of interdimensional travel isn't as far-fetched as it seems. In fact, some physicists today theorize that there are dimensions beyond the one we currently perceive, dimensions where the rules of time and space operate differently. What if the Trident was one of the first tools capable of interacting with these hidden dimensions? Imagine, for a moment, that Poseidon's power was not derived solely from controlling the seas, but from tapping into alternate dimens, where reality itself can be shaped by technology far beyond what we understand today. Consider the following. Ancient texts describe Poseidon as having the ability to stir the seas, or create islands from the depths. What if these abilities were not simply feats of godly magic, but the result of a technology that could manipulate energy across dimensions? The Trident, in this context, could have been a device capable of opening rifts in spacetime, allowing Poseidon to interact with forces from beyond the Earth. This would explain the myths of gods creating lands, parting seas, and reshaping the world acts that would be impossible by natural forces alone, yet perfectly plausible if we consider the existence of interdimensional portals. This opens up a deeper mystery. What if Poseidon, or whoever wielded the Trident, was aware of these interdimensional realms? What if the Trident was not just a tool of destruction, but a bridge between worlds connecting the physical Earth to unseen, parallel realms? This could explain the strange sightings and cosmic events that have been recorded throughout history, from unexplained lights in the sky to mysterious disappearances. These phenomena may have been the result of someone or something using the Trident to access these alternate dimensions. Now, think about the possibilities. If the Trident was a key to interdimensional travel, it could have opened gateways to other worlds, other realities, and if extraterrestrial beings were behind its creation, they might have used the Trident not only to explore Earth, but to influence the course of human history. Could Poseidon have been more than just a god of the sea? Could he have been an interdimensional traveler, using the Trident to manipulate the Earth's history in ways we still don't fully understand? This theory takes an even more fascinating turn when we consider the recurring appearance of strange phenomena that seem to coincide with the Trident's presence. There are numerous accounts throughout history of ships and sailors encountering mysterious lights, or disappearing without a trace, near locations associated with Poseidon's realm. Could these disappearances be linked to the opening of portals, as if the Trident was pulling people into other dimensions? If we accept the idea that the Trident is more than just a weapon of power, but a key to unlocking cosmic mysteries, then these strange occurrences might be the result of beings from other worlds, interacting with our reality. But the deeper you dig into these theories, the more you realize how much humanity's understanding of the universe has changed. What if the Trident was an ancient attempt by extraterrestrial beings to guide humanity towards something greater? The power of Poseidon wasn't just about ruling over the seas, it was about tapping into the hidden forces of the universe. The Trident could have been a symbol of control, yes, but it could also have been a tool to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Think about the strange, otherworldly symbols found in temples dedicated to Poseidon and other gods. These symbols, often geometric and abstract, could be representations of interdimensional energy. Some researchers have speculated that these symbols are a form of cosmic language epitherms that encode information beyond human comprehension. Could the Trident's three prongs be part of that language? Could they be the key to understanding the forces that govern the universe? A message hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone to decipher it. The more you think about it, the more it becomes clear. Poseidon's Trident may have been far more than a myth. It could have been an ancient artifact left behind by beings who understood the very fabric of spacetime, capable of manipulating forces that humanity was not yet ready to comprehend. And as strange as it may sound, the Trident could still be out there waiting for someone to unlock its secrets. If this theory holds any weight, then humanity may still be on the verge of discovering something monumental. The Trident, with its mysterious power, could hold the key to interdimensional travel, a power that could change the course of human history forever. The question is, are we ready to understand it? And if the Trident is indeed part of a larger, cosmic plan, what role do we play in that plan? As the Trident's mysteries unfold before your eyes, the cosmic questions only deepen. What if Poseidon's power wasn't just about controlling the seas or creating islands? What if the Trident was designed to facilitate something far more profound, something that involved the very nature of humanity's place in the cosmos? Could this ancient artifact, this symbol of divine power, actually be tied to a greater cosmic agenda that humanity has yet to fully understand? The implications of this are staggering. If the Trident was, as we suspect, an extraterrestrial device capable of not just controlling nature, but tapping into the very fabric of the universe, then it could have been part of a larger plan. A plan that goes beyond the myths of the gods, beyond the heroes of old, and into something far more intricate. Perhaps Poseidon was never just a solitary god of the sea. Maybe he was one of many beings placed on Earth, each with their own cosmic role to play, each with a piece of advanced technology that could manipulate reality itself. Now, here's where things get especially chilling. Could the Trident still be relevant today? It's easy to think of ancient artifacts as relics of the past, symbols of old stories, locked away in dusty museums. But what if the Trident's influence hasn't faded? What if it's waiting to be rediscovered, to be reactivated, by those who are ready to understand its purpose? What if, instead of a divine weapon, it's a tool that could alter the course of human history once again? The idea that the Trident could still be in play today suggests that the cosmic visitors who once left it behind might be watching us, waiting for humanity to catch up. The ancient astronauts or cosmic engineers who left behind these artifacts could be waiting for the right moment to make contact again. And if the Trident was truly a tool for unlocking hidden dimensions, then its rediscovery could open doors to realms and technologies we've only begun to dream about. But here's the kicker. What if the Trident itself is a message we've been missing all this time? If the Trident's power was, as some theorists suggest, a way to communicate across dimensions, then perhaps the true purpose of the Trident isn't just to wield power, but to initiate contact with beings from other realities. A message encoded within its very structure, waiting for us to decipher it. Consider this. The Trident's three prongs could be part of a larger system, one that connects us to the cosmos in ways we can't even begin to imagine. The alignment of these prongs might correspond to certain cosmic frequencies, like a tuning fork to the universe. If we understand how to use it, how to unlock its secrets, we could unlock access to interdimensional knowledge, to the very forces that govern our reality. We could be stepping into an entirely new chapter in human history, one where our understanding of the universe evolves in ways that will forever change the way we see ourselves. And as you stand here, reflecting on the incredible power of this artifact, you're left with one haunting thought. Could humanity be ready for this? Could we as a species handle the responsibility of this knowledge? If the Trident is indeed a key to something larger, something cosmic, then what happens? When we finally open that door, will we be able to comprehend the knowledge we uncover, or will it be too much for us to bear? Maybe the most pressing question of all is whether we're being watched, whether the ancient visitors, the cosmic engineers, are waiting for us to reach a certain level of understanding before they make their return. We're on the cusp of a new age, an age where the line between myth and reality becomes ever thinner. And as we move forward, we can't help but wonder, are we on the verge of a cosmic revelation? Maybe tonight, the stars aren't looking down. Maybe they're waiting for someone to look back.